Lisa, one of the EMTs, stepped out to guide the dog off the road. It didn't flee or bark, it merely stepped back a few paces, then sat, watching her intently. She tried gently to coax it aside. The dog moved briefly, but the instant she returned to the ambulance, it was back in the exact same spot. That's when something inside Lisa clicked. This dog wasn't lost. It had a reason for being here. She approached again, more carefully this time, crouching low. The dog didn't approach, but it turned and trotted toward the forest lining the road. Lisa followed, slipping on the wet grass through the bushes, and there, beneath a small cluster of evergreens, she found him, an elderly man in his 70s, lying unconscious on the damp ground, barely breathing. She yelled for her partner to radio it in. The dog circled nearby, restless, as though urging them to act fast. Together, they carried the man back to the ambulance. The dog tried to follow, hesitating at the door. Lisa opened it, and it curled quietly at the man's feet. At the hospital, doctors confirmed the stroke. Had they arrived even 20 minutes later, it would have been too late. For the next several days, the dog waited outside, rain or shine. It refused food unless Lisa appeared. It slept near the emergency room entrance, eyes locked on the doors. When the man, George Miller, was stable enough to leave intensive care, Lisa and her team convinced the hospital to allow the dog in just once. George hadn't spoken since the stroke, but when the dog entered, everything shifted. A whimper escaped the dog. George's lips trembled. Then a single tear rolled down his cheek as he whispered, raspy but clear, "Bailey." His loyal companion had found help and had guided it straight back to him. The reunion was quiet but powerful. George repeatedly stroked Bailey's fur, as if anchoring himself back to life. Lisa, her partner, and the nurses couldn't hold back tears. In the days that followed, George's recovery accelerated. He spoke, smiled, and ate. Doctors credited the bond with Bailey, the emotional connection medicine could never replace. Soon, George's wife arrived. She had been searching for him since the morning he disappeared. He had collapsed during their routine walk with Bailey, and the dog had never left his side. Eventually, George was discharged. His wife took Bailey home first. But a few hours later, the dog returned, curling up outside the hospital once more. He stayed another night. Only when George emerged the next morning did Bailey finally rise and walk away with him.